Well, this month really didn't go the way I expected it to go. In January of 2026, my eBay profits were up more than 21% compared to January 2025. So naturally, I thought that February would follow suit and we would be making considerably more money this February than last February. Instead, I sold around 49 or 50 more items this February than I did last February, which you would think would lead to more money, but unfortunately it did not. I earned less money this February than last February. And technically, if two buyers had just paid a few hours earlier, then this entire story for the month of February would be totally different. So let's just break it down on this episode of The Honest Truth. Okay, so welcome back to another episode of The Honest Truth. This is a series here on YouTube where I just break down my profits and I tell you how things are going in my eBay business and how I expect them to go in the future. So this February, this month, it just ended yesterday and it was a little bit disappointing. So let me tell you about the explanation and my expectations of what was going to happen this February. So January of 2026, I made, I have the numbers here on a paper in front of me. I made $4,081 in profit on my in my eBay business. A year ago, January 2025, I earned $3,371. So basically, just a little bit more than 21% growth year over year from 2025 to 2026. So I just did what any normal, rational person would do. I projected that 21% increase and wanted to see what would happen if that amount of increase continued for the rest of the year. So February 2025, I brought in $3,363 in profit. And if February of this year followed that same pattern, that same amount of profit increase, I was expecting to make somewhere between $4,000 and $4,100 based on that 21% increase over last February's numbers. So February 2025, $3,363. And so I expected, just a little bit more than 4,000 this year. That was my mental target for the month of February, and one that I hoped if I could reach that target for this February, then hopefully that trend would continue for the whole year. It's not really a goal, it's not, I'm not just pulling these numbers out of the air. It is a little bit of wishful thinking, but it really does involve some math, and theoretically it should have worked out that way. But here's what actually happened. February 2026 profit was $3,157.48. So quite a bit less than last year, $206 less than February 2025, about $900 less than what I was projecting I could possibly make this month. So the next part of this story is the number of items that sold during February and the profit margin on those items. So in February of 2025, last year, I sold 111 items for the entire month. In February of 2026, this year, I sold 160 items. So basically 49 more items sold this year than last year. So here's where that shift happens. In 2025, the average profit per sale was about $30 and a little bit more, $30.30 approximately. In February 2026 is only $19.73. So that's a drop of, it's more than $10 difference per sale. It's not, this isn't a supply and demand issue. It's not an eBay problem. It's just a profit margin issue. So it was not a slow month by any means. I sold more this month than I did last year at the same time. It was just a lot of small ticket items. I think it just all comes down to large anchor sales. So last February during this time period in 2025, I had around 5 sales that out of that 111 that were between $100 and $200, and one sale that was considerably over $200. This February of 2026, I only had one sale that was over 200 and one sale that was over 100. That's it, just the two. So basically, by removing these higher profit anchor sales, I was able to sell considerably more items, but still make less profit. That's totally what happened here. If I had just made two $200 sales this month, if two big ticket items had sold, that conversion would have changed everything completely. And this is where things get frustrating, because there's a sort of what could have been scenario here. So on February 28th, kind of late in the evening, I received 2 offers for 2 different kind of relatively high ticket items. One would have been over $100 and one would have been around $90. Together, they total $209 in profit. And if those buyers had paid right away, February's profit would have been $3,366.48, which would have, by just about, I don't know, $6, would have surpassed 2025. And one of my goals each year is just to at least match the same amount that I earned each month the previous year. So I wouldn't have been really excited to only get $6 over, but I would not have been that disappointed. So both of those sales did end up happening. The buyers paid for them, but not until March 1st. So technically, I missed matching my February goal by $206 and just a few hours. So I mean, it just comes down to payment timing. If those offers had come in a little bit earlier in the day, if I had accepted them faster, and if the buyer had paid a little bit quicker, then who knows? I would be a lot less disappointed than I am now. It's not eBay's fault though. It's not the buyer's fault. It's not. There's no conspiracy here. It's just randomness. So, but still, emotionally, it is frustrating, and I really do have like a big what could have been. If only those sales had come in a little bit earlier, I would be doing much better this year already. So this month wasn't terrible, it was fine. It just wasn't what I was hoping for. And the last week of the month is what we're going to look at now, was less than I would hoped. The total profit for the last week of the month, so February 21st through the 28th, was $874.71. So it wasn't a great week by any means, and even my top 5 sales of this month were relatively low profit. So let's take a look at these. I'm gonna do a little picture in picture and show you them as we go through. So I'm gonna show you the best 5 sales of this last week, and you'll see that even the highest value one is not that profitable considering previous months. So first thing on the list is this cool Interceptor fleece jacket. This is a men's coat, nice gray zip up fleece. This is a good brand to look out for. Cool. This stuff usually sells very quickly. KUHL. So if you're out shopping and you see that tag, you should probably do a little research and decide if you want to pick it up. This one I got, I think, for $2 or $3 at my lunch break thrift store. I go there almost every day on my lunch break from my day job. And this one ended up selling for $39.82. After that, the next sale, the 4th best sale of the week, was a set of Pottery Barn plates. It's a pattern called Supper Time. I have good luck with these big box store type plates and other dishes. Pottery Barn, IKEA sometimes, World Market sometimes, especially Crate and Barrel, but in this case it was Pottery Barn. They're regular dinner plates. They're nice, heavy duty, thick dinner plates. And I had just had 3 of them. I think I probably paid $1 a piece for these. And then the 3 sold and earned me a profit of $42.15. After that, I had this vintage Ralph Lauren turtleneck sweater. It was a very cool old sweater. I think probably it could have been as old as the late 80s, but I think the tag information led me to believe it was from the 90s. But nice, cool striped sweater. Earned me $50.57. Then the next thing up is a set of silverware. This is a brand, I think the brand is Interpure and the pattern is Florenz. But I could have that reversed. It could be the brand is Florens and the pattern is Interpure. I'm not really sure. Anyway, these are just stainless steel knives and forks, but it was a big set of them, and they're like mid-century style, pretty well sought after, and they brought me $53.03. And then the best sale of the week. So a set of 13 issues of American Bungalow magazine. This is like specific niche magazine about certain types of houses. And I didn't have these that long, maybe probably over a year, I would guess, since I listed them. And they brought in $53.63. So that's it. The best 5 sales of the week. The highest one was $53.63. So that's not great. But there were some even worse sales. So I'll show you the 5 slowest or lowest profiting items as well. So okay, let's go through these. The fifth worst sale of this week was one of these packages of magnets. And I don't know if you can see, I have this lapel mic on here. I've sold a bunch of these magnets, so you may have seen them in some of my other videos, but this lapel mic holds onto your shirt by a magnet, and the one that this came with, I lost it. So I tried to buy a replacement from DJI, the company. They don't sell it, so I had to do some investigating to figure out what's the right magnet to buy, what size should it be, what strength should it be. And I found some magnets on Amazon that were pretty much exactly what I wanted, but you can only buy them in 100 packs. So I'm just going to sell off the rest of these. I figure there's other people who lost theirs as well. They're not big profit items, of course, but I've certainly more than made my money back on this venture. And I have a bunch of extra magnets around in case I lose another one. Anyway, I think I sold 3 sets of these, 3 or 4 sets of these this month. But this one sold this week, and it only brought in $6.65. The next worst sale of the week was a Heritage Press book of Nathaniel Hawthorne's House of the Seven Gables. It's a beautiful, nicely made, well-constructed book, but these books just don't have the value they may have once had. This one brought in $6.42. Up next was a G.I. Joe figure. I think this guy sent me an offer, and I've had these G.I. Joe figures for 3 years now. I've sold all the really good ones, and then everything I have left are less than $15. So offer comes in, I'm just going to take it. This thing's been sitting for 3 years. This particular character, this figure, his name is Blizzard, and he earned me $6.29. Next up, this is another offer situation. 2 Rolling Stones 8-track cassette tapes. Some 8-tracks can be valuable. These ones, unfortunately, were not. These earned me $5.31. And then the worst sale of the week was this E.T. the Extraterrestrial plush toy, just a little small stuffed figure of E.T., you know E.T. This went out to a viewer named Linda, so thanks for buying this. Even though it only earned $5.25, I'm still glad to have that out of here and get it into the hands of somebody who wants to own it. So that's basically the story of the month of February 2026. Basically no home runs, no big sales, a couple of doubles, maybe 1 or 2 doubles, and a ton of singles. So in baseball terms, we didn't quite strike out, but we're probably not going to win this game. So emotionally, this was a little bit of a frustrating month. I pretty early on suspected that I was not going to hit I thought I might hit last February's numbers, but I was pretty sure, especially as we got towards the end, that I was not going to hit that 4,000-ish goal based on January's percentage increase. And it was a little bit frustrating. It wasn't devastating. It can be discouraging, but not that discouraging. It just was very frustrating because I set expectations for myself based on January. And there is the other side of it that I know I'm doing fine. This is doing well. And I don't want to seem like I'm complaining, because I'm sure there are people out there that would be very happy to have sold $3,000 in 1 month. But so it's not like a woe is me story. I'm not crying about this. This is just reflection on my actual business, and I have some expectations for myself and goals for the entire year. And when things are going in the wrong direction, I can't help but feel frustrated. But I apologize if it sounds like a sob story. In conclusion, basically, I've learned that more sales does not actually add up automatically to more profit. Momentum doesn't always continue literally the way you hope it will. Sometimes it just takes a couple hours to change your entire story. But in the end, February wasn't that bad. It just wasn't what I hoped it would be. So that's just how eBay goes sometimes. That's business, and that is my honest truth. So thank you for watching. We'll be back again very soon.